And welcome back, everyone. We just finished the first group of day 3 here. Group C, of course, with Hero from CJ Entus moving on in first place of the group. And then we do have Uthermal from AT Game moving on in second place. Roddy, fixing your collar. And you know, your collar has to be perfect, Roddy.
Well, it wasn't the collar.
You set the standard for our fashion here on the desk.
Yes, in his 100-year-old vampire outfit here.
Wow, hey this. That was not my collar, that was my microphone wire. And like, I love how they waited for you to fix it. And then I was like, hey, I'm gonna fix mine too. And then they just like jumped
Roddy,
back. And I could have gone for the ISO on Chobra, but they're like, nah, let's just show Roddy adjusting his
It's
wire.
all about perspective. In your eyes, they waited for me, but in my eyes, I was just quicker. I was just on point.
Ooh, I have to agree with Chobra here. He was quicker than you.
All right, you'll get another Reddit thread.
His comebacks are quicker too. I mean, come on, Roddy, you can do it.
Step it up, Roddy. Let's get to it.
Thermal came out of it at the end. You can too.
Why? What did he do wrong?
What? No. Yeah, right.
No, he recovered.
Yes.
In the end,
he came out of it. Like he succeeded.
But nobody attacked him. Or you mean that Jim attacked him?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about in-game perspective.
Oh, Roddy, falling apart, my friend.
We got to work on this, right? we'll have some more chances. We have a couple more games coming up. Don't worry, Roddy. You'll have your shot. We'll wait for you that time.
I like being the victim. It's all right.
I mean, of course. I mean,
that's sympathetic.
That's what gets you that #1 spot on Twitch as a StarCraft streamer, right? Whatever gets you that one, that's what matters most for you. We all know, Roddy. Don't worry. All right. Well, of course, all of you guys at home, you're not watching Roddy's stream this weekend. You're here to watch the Intel Extreme Masters, the 10th season. Now we're in the last group of the round of 16. Group D is just down to 4 players. Yeah, we are. Group D actually already started on the second stream. We had XY going forward, taking that win, and now we do have one of the greatest crowd favorites of all time, PartinG, coming to play on the main stage.
That is pretty fantastic. I mean, PartinG, he is sick today. Word on the internet is he has a little bit of a cold.
Yeah.
I think he should still be able to get out of this group.
Yeah, what I want to tell PartinG is go ahead, win on the stage, and then take the hit on the desk. Come over to the winner's interview, take a couple hits from us, and that'll be, where he falls off, and then he can go back and win
beat him here, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. We'll take him down, no worries. But yeah, PartinG will be playing against Kelazhur, which is, I think some people probably have some nice hopes for Kelazhur. I mean, he's coming up to play for the South America, representing South America, rather. And we do have XY, already played through his match, and it will be moving forward. B-Stork waiting there. And now B-Stork also, I mean, hopefully we get a chance to see him because he's from Hong Kong. I mean, he's actually really local in terms of geographic location.
That's like a, hour drive or something? It's like really, really close by. It's the city right next door, basically.
Yeah, so, pretty much. Yeah.
Kind of like a local favorite as well.
Yeah, I would say
to Jim and Shy. So.
Yeah.
You know why I'm very excited to watch PartinG this weekend? It's like the most recent tournament that PartinG played in was Home Story Cup. And everybody may have seen PartinG. He didn't really play his best in the quarterfinals, and there was a reason for that. He went out the night a little bit before. He spoke about it as well. He partied slightly harder than he should have partied, and I saw him the next day, and after he played against Sox Korea and he lost that series, he was legitimately disappointed in himself. He's just like, man, why didn't I just wait a day, to do what I did yesterday? So I really think PartinG is extremely eager, even when he's feeling a little bit under the weather right now for different reasons. I think he's very eager to bounce back strong, not make that mistake again. And I think we're going to see a very strong PartinG this weekend. Like he always is, but this time I think he's even extra fuel to the fire, added that he really wants to take this one down.
I would agree. I mean, it's been a little bit since PartinG has really got to strut his stuff on a global stage and, give a little bit back to all the foreign fans, because he has a lot of foreign fans, of course, outside of Korea and in Korea too. I mean, lots of people love PartinG and his character. He was telling me, yeah, sure, I'm sick, but I really want to win today. I really want to take those W's, go on to the quarterfinals.
Is that how he worded it? I really want to take those W's?
Yes, maybe. Well, it depends. Acronyms are, it's how you interpret it, right? That's what I interpret.
You are an interpreter, so I guess I'll shut up.
Well, first in PartinG's way, though, will be Kelazhur, and Kelazhur trying to make the most of this situation. Of course, coming in Group D, representing South America, and just trying to show that, PartinG, I saw what happened at Home Story Cup. Maybe I'll have a shot here too.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I have seen Kelazhur games from time to time. He's a strong Terran. He really is, and he's one of these really up and coming non-Korean players that is starting to make a little bit of a splash. And he did darn well in the qualifier. Got third place right in the American qualifier.
that's correct.
And it's just Stardust couldn't come, so he got to fill in.
And even in WCS seasons, like Diego has shown some extremely good games, and it's really funny as well because the very first time I ever got to meet Kelazhur was at an Intel Extreme Masters event back then in Brazil, Sao Paulo, 2014. He was completely unknown back then. I've told this story a couple of times, but he just walked up to me. He's like, "Hey, Marty, I'm 7-0 against you on ladder." I was like, "Wow, what a great way to introduce yourself."
The amount of people that have introduced themselves to me like that, if I had a nickel.
Yeah, but like most of the time, you never see those guys again. But Kelazhur, he's really made a name for himself. He started thriving in WCSs and stuff, got picked up by Root Gaming. He's been living in America for a while now, and he's a very fun character, a very strong Terran. I think he has very realistic shots to make it out of this group, but obviously going up against PartinG, even when PartinG is not 100%, he's still more scary than any other North American Protoss that Kelazhur probably normally plays with.
Yeah, I mean, PartinG, he is one of those 4 names that everyone's been mentioning coming into this weekend in Shenzhen. And look at him, he's already smiling a little bit.
He's
Looking
not
at the
sick.
No, yeah, he doesn't look sick at all.
But, you know, he's probably just saying that in case, a lot of people like to make excuses for when they lose.
You know, in Korea, they say that you buy insurance. So that you like say that, you're like, oh, you're buying insurance. Like you just say something just in case you lose, and then you have something to fall back on. Be like, that cold really got me this weekend. But
I bet he's so eager to do so well over here because he really looked very sad after home story cup. I think it was just one of those, reality check moments with yourself that you're just like, man, I messed up. I shouldn't have misbehaved last night.
No, that's the thing though with PartinG, that it's that. The same cycle has been happening, but every time he misbehaves a little, he's like, oh, I really regret that. I really need to step it up. And the next tournament, he just plows through, and then the next one, he's like, yeah, I'm the winner. I'm like the reigning champion. And then he falls down, and he's like, I shouldn't have done that. It's about time he learned his lesson, finally.
I can't wait. I mean, like, saying that PartinG is going to make it out of his group, that is no upset. If he wouldn't make it out of the group, that would be a ridiculous upset. I kind of feel the question is he going to drop a series, or how many maps is he going to drop? But I'm already so thrilled to see PartinG maybe, in the playoffs, going up against some of those other guys, because this PartinG, man, he's out for blood. I truly think he's the guy to look out for this tournament.
You might be right on that. I mean, he is just so deadly indeed. But, when it comes to these other players that are still in it, especially the PvP of Classic and Hero, who knows what happens there.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely are some big obstacles, big mountains to climb for any of those guys. I mean, same goes for Classic, right? It's like, I mean, as good as you might be, if PartinG comes up, you might have to play against PartinG, you might have to play against Hero. I mean, this is all tough.
Hey, this is getting very interesting, by the way, because if you look at the players who have won that group so far, Snoot has won that group, Lucira has won that group, and Hero won the group. Now, obviously, Hero is a guy you don't really want to face in the quarterfinals, but the second place finisher, you're looking at TY, you're looking at Classic. If you're PartinG right now, you might be like, well, I mean, obviously, if I finish second and I get matched up against Rain in the quarterfinal, or excuse me, against Hero in the quarterfinals, I'm going to hate my life. Other than that, a second
statistically,
place,
it's better, really, because you have to put Classic and Rain pretty close, don't you?
Yeah. So it's a bit of a tough choice, but at the very least, we listening to PartinG this morning, it sounds like he just wants to get as many wins as he can, go through as confidently into the quarterfinals. So, match number 2 of Group D, Kelazhur versus PartinG, will be brought to you by none other than Apollo and Pig.
Thank you very much, Chobra. You are so very good at what you do. It's now time for Brazil versus Korea in the opening match of Group D. Looking forward to this one, but it's safe to say that Kelazhur has a very, very tough task ahead of him in the likes of PartinG, who is a 2-time semi-finalist from the Intel Extreme Masters, looking for his first grand finals at this event. And to be honest, he is a major championship contender here in China. Let's begin the games, Pig, because down here in the bottom right-hand side, playing for Root Gaming, it is the Brazilian Diego Swimmer, it is Kelazhur.
He's got a tough road ahead of him.
Epic, Pig, epic.
So epic.
And up here.
Going up here.
Okay, you can do it. You can do it if you want to. If you want to step on my toes, I'll let you do it.
Renowned party maestro, powerhouse Protoss. It is PartinG.
It's kind of an interesting.
Doesn't look sick, eh?
Doesn't look sick at all. No, he's fine.
PartinG there does cough a little bit in that booth. I think he feels very favored in this matchup, though. Very confident.
Oh yeah.
His results this year are just insane. The number of top 8s, top 4s, and finals he's been in, it's absolutely crazy. It's going to be a really, really tough fight for Kelazhur. But Kelazhur has been working a lot on his TVP. Have you seen any of his TVP matches recently?
Not recently, no. I saw some within the WCS seasons, but nothing super recent, no.
Neither. I haven't seen any too recently, but I'm thinking Widowmine drops as the big focus at the moment. Of course, mentally though, Kelazhur, he's going to have to be really focused going into this game. Starting out with the first... Tripping over my tongue here.
Tripping over your tongue, mate?
Tripping over my tongue. Starting out with the early SCV Scout, coming in for that. Just going to take a look around the Protoss space.
Yeah, so Kelazhur, just in every best of 3 series, best of 5 or best of 7, first map is always going to be the most important here. He gets inside that base, has a quick look, sees the double gas has been planted, and continues to delay and harass this probe.
An interesting opening here from Kelazhur, actually opening up with Marines out of his barracks rather than a Reaper, and then going straight into a fast reactor. So adjusting to his scouting information there perhaps just a little bit, and actually staying there with his SCV to patrol that natural, going for that fast command center.
Yeah, he's
what are you
waiting.
thinking the plan is here? This is an older school opening.
Yeah, the SCV is going to go inside this main base and have a look what's going on. Sees the Chrono Boost into the gateway and the mothership core on its way. And he comes down here, knows that this Nexus is slightly delayed towards a regular one, or a regular more so faster timing of a Nexus now that resources have been thrown into the double gas in this early Stalker. And he's got to build that bunker pig.
Fast mothership core and a Stalker can do a lot of damage. He does see the Stalker on the way across, and the bunker is already on the way. Looks like Kelazhur playing a very safe opening here, not taking any chances.
Kelazhur, oh, sorry, mate.
Nothing.
I was going to say, Kelazhur joining us back in the Touchstream Masters. Last time was in Sao Paulo, 2013, where he started to make his name. And now it's an opportunity to really solidify his name in these big international circuits. 3 WCS seasons in a row is very competent, obviously.
Game paused.
But here he is in a big international tournament. Group D now continues.
Blink is starting up for PartinG, adding his gateways, his mothership core. He's heading home now after having a bit of a scout around the map. PartinG looked like he wants to just get that very typical defensive Blink setup, but actually with the probe coming across the map, he could very easily go for some 3-gate aggression here. Probing the front there could be quite powerful.
Yep, Twilight Council down for Blink. Additional gateways leading up to a total of 3. Robot has been placed down. Currently, no major action coming out from PartinG yet, but it's more so going to come out from the Brazilian to kick this one off, as he has gone up towards that starport technology. On its way, excuse me. Quick SCV scout sees 2 Stalkers on the perimeter of the second base here for PartinG.
Marines and Hellions in production over here for Kelazhur. Looks like with that medevac popping out, we are going to be seeing a very similar aggression to what we saw from Uthermal in his final game just before. Of course, you drop the medevacs in the main base, those Hellions can dart on into the natural or the main, wherever there's no Nexus cannon, and it's very hard for Protoss to deal with it. But at the same time, PartinG's moving across the map, and these guys are going to pass right past each other. Who's going to get on top here?
Yeah, well, it looks like Kelazhur's going to find some Stalkers out in the middle of the map, but now he knows exactly what's going on. It's aggression versus aggression, Korea versus Brazil. Who is going to come out on top of this one? Because the Hellions are going to chase down one of the Stalkers, but more importantly, there are more and more being warped in. And Medivac is inside the main base, and I think PartinG started to realize what's going on, calls the evacuation from the natural so he can defend one position with the mothership core and potent overcharge while attacking his opponent's front door.
Oh, PartinG's killer instinct, realizing he just needs to hold on to some economy if he can do devastating damage. Kelazhur, though, sending the Hellions in, but he's so busy defending at home that he didn't micro them.
Well, 2 Widowmines hit these Stalkers, but they don't really bring too much down, and there's nothing else here. PartinG makes the correct call by evacuating everything to the main base here, as long as he can kill off Kelazhur back at home.
He just needs to keep mining this one base, warping in more and more Stalkers. Look at this, even picking away at these Hellions, doing so much damage. Kelazhur, he's just got nothing but getting out of those production facilities at home. These 5-6 Stalkers are destroying absolutely everything. The Widowmine's trying to come down and get some revenge.
If PartinG's not paying attention here, he could take... Whoa, he blinks out of the Widowmine fire. Excellent move there by PartinG, and he has destroyed 21 SCVs just before the 9-minute mark. Absolutely critical damage at this moment. He blinks away from another Widowmine strike. And this is almost as good as over here for the Brazilian.
Oh, just such a critical play, warping in so many Stalkers and taking the brunt right out of Kelazhur's aggression. Kelazhur with this build wanted to keep PartinG at home. He wanted to keep him on his side of the map. And PartinG just said, no, I am going to defend with as little as possible. And even killing the full medevac before I could unload.
Good game, well played is called. PartinG takes map number 1 as he kickstarts his Intel Extreme Masters here in Shenzhen, China. A good start for the little sick man.
Oh, a bit of a cough there. Looks like he doesn't feel too good, but happily got rid of that first game in quick order. I know you've played quite a few tournaments yourself, Polo. I know how.
Not for a long time, though, Pig.
Not for a long time, but when you are feeling a bit sick, you want to get that over as quickly as possible.
Yeah, get your games won, get your day over, and advance to day 2 or day 3, depending on what it is, to feel good. But PartinG, so far, so good. Currently leads 1-0 against Kelazhur. We're going to go to a quick break, but when we return, we'll see if Kelazhur can turn this one around. Good evening, my friends from America, and welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters. We are here at day 3 for the Intel Extreme Masters StarCraft 2 tournament. I'm getting a little bit nervous here watching that beautiful girl weigh her hair backwards and forth. And now I've lost my train of thoughts.
That's all right. That's why I'm here, Sean. Keep you on track, keep you focused. I'll lend you my obsession with StarCraft as your passion fades and
it fades into the darkness as I see girls waving their hair back and forth. I could almost do that with my hair, actually.
I think you need a bit more length to get the really flowing effect.
It's a little gel too hot. I used some of Roddy's gel today, and it is the best. Does Rotterdam have anything that isn't the best? No. Of course it's the best. We are here in Group D for match 1, map 2 between PartinG and Kelazhur. As PartinG looks at his Twitter feed of all the guys that are telling him
he's a
get
big boy.
better soon.
And that he's a big boy.
And that he's a big boy.
PartinG, big boy. Party boy, PartinG. Having a lot of fun. How are you enjoying your time back here on the casting desk, Apollo? How's it going?
Having a lot of fun. I feel like I'm an old man coming back from retirement, showing the young kids how to do it. Me and Autosis both felt like that. We had an agreement each other this morning, and we said, let's make sure everyone remembers how commentary is really done.
Oh. Do you think you've been successful? Because I haven't really seen any Reddit threads with either of you guys' names in it.
Reddit threads are only for hosts. Me and Chobra only get them when we're hosting. Let's get ready for map number 2. Iron Fortress is the location that we're going in. Can Kelazhur turn this around? Or is PartinG, as many people are expecting, to cruise through to the winners match and more than likely the quarterfinals? You can introduce this player.
Spawning up here in the top left of Iron Fortress, the powerful red Terran hailing from Brazil. It is Kelazhur.
Maybe he's saying a couple of words to motivate him within that booth, as he is currently trailing this one to this guy in the bottom right-hand side of Iron Fortress, playing for Yowie Flash Wolves. It is, of course, Party Boy PartinG. Cheeky grin. What are you thinking about there? What are you thinking about, PartinG?
Oh, Flo. He's actually just typed in game.
He's thinking about our observer,
Flo. Observer, Flo.
PartinG. Behave. You've got a StarCraft match to play. Flo back there, I'm sure, is grinning. Just like Rotterdam does every single day. I've never seen Rotterdam not grin before, have you?
It's infectious. I haven't. Every time he makes even the slightliest, cheekiest comment, and this giant grin engulfs his face, suddenly I feel myself swooning. I've never actually swooned before, but when Roddy smiles at me, I swoon.
Rotterdam is one hell of a character. Command center first from the 19-year-old here, Kelazhur. Another player born in 1995, making everyone else watching the stream and casting on the stream feeling old.
Nice greedy opening here. Get some economy going. It's a pretty good map for Terran as well. I like this map for Kelazhur. It's always the spread out bases makes it quite decent for that Terran aggression, but cross map, it's quite a long rush distance, which means it usually is a bit harder for Terran to put on that aggression, whereas PartinG still has the option to throw out some of that warp gate aggression very easily, just using a proxy pylon.
Well, PartinG has not sent out a scout yet at all, so this is going to go unscouted for Kelazhur, which is going to be nice for him to get away with this for as long as possible in the eyes of PartinG.
Yeah, Yes, he's not going to be able to react to that. Of course, PartinG looks like he just wants to do a very typical opening. Most likely going to be dropping an expansion very soon. We see no second gas, so just saving up for that Nexus and that quick Mothership Core. Nice, super typical Protoss opening. The flying Mothership Core protects you from just about anything. And you've got to get that Nexus, the energy for the Nexus cannon, of course, saving up. The probe only heading out now, so it's not really a scout where you're looking to react to your opponent. You just want to figure out where they are, check if they've got an expansion or not, and just give you some idea of what's going on.
Yeah, he is deciding to scout directly cross position here. This is a four-player spawning where you can go in any of the corners, like some of the other maps we do have in the map pool, but he's going directly across here, maybe realizing that he hasn't been seen by an SCV, trying to anticipate his opponent's build, but he's actually going to walk into exactly where he is.
Could follow up with a proxy as well, potentially, after kind of ruling out one of the spawn locations. Maybe just wants to keep this probe alive. Maybe has a plan where if he can cancel out the possibilities of cross spawn, he can hide that pylon somewhere. Gonna have to see what that does. Kelazhur, meanwhile, his SCV is slowly making his way across the map, and we have to identify there isn't going to be any of that fast tech this game from Kelazhur. He's gone for the very fast command center, and to be safe behind that, he's followed up with a very fast 2 barracks. So there's no medevacs on the field for a very, very long time.
And PartinG knows that too.
Opening.
Yeah, he knows that too. He went in, saw the command center first opening, and has decided to throw down a pylon at this north position. SCV is going to be denied any scouting information aside from the Nexus obviously being completed.
And the Stargate does go down up on that north side. Looking like we'll probably be seeing a very quick proxy Oracle, quite a common yet very strong build. Kelazhur's Marines will need to be always in position, and even if the Oracle doesn't do a lot of direct damage immediately, it can constantly scout, it can tag the Terran army, really keep eyeballs. It's just one of those great units that has constant utility throughout the game.
And I mean, just on the simple basis there, but if it gets what it wants, it can also end the game to a certain degree too, depending on how many SCV kills it's going to get. PartinG going to put pressure on at the front door, just with a single Stalker, maybe draw his opponent's attention down a little bit to open up an opportunity for the Oracle to fly in.
Starport is now starting for Kelazhur. Didn't go up to 3 barracks, just built a good number of Marines off 2 barracks, and is actually starting a missile turret in his main base, maybe sensing that there's a good option of that Stargate. Playing very safe, also starting one in his natural. This is really very safe, very strong play from Kelazhur. I like this. I think he's going to be very well prepared.
What do you think about his 3 gases here and no Tech Lab reactor onto the barracks?
It's a very odd choice, isn't it? Actually, Factory with a Tech Lab is really interesting, and Armory is going down. What are we seeing, Sean?
Seeing some type of mech play coming out from Kelazhur, but the Oracle's going to fly in from PartinG. Going to have a quick look towards the back here. He's going to find a couple of SCVs, no doubt. 1, 2. He does have a Void Ray as the follow-up with 3 additional gateways. PartinG not looking to waste any time here in the first match of Group D, looking to finish this as fast as it started. 6 additional gateways.
Oh, and this could be devastating if you think about how this match is up against what Kelazhur is doing. Going for Blue Flame, Medevacs, and Armory. He is starting 1 siege tank, but he's not going to have a lot of meat on the ground. The Marines are going to have no upgrades. He's only got 1 bunker. If he gets surprised by a big wave of gateway units, a couple of Void Rays, the Void Rays might even be able to focus down the siege tank.
I think Kelazhur is going to have to kiss this one goodbye. He's got no idea what he's going up against, and he's chosen a very unorthodox strategy, which just isn't going to help him too much against this. He has hardly any units. He does manage to get rid of the Oracle. That is a good start, but he has a single tank, which is going to be targeted down by that Void Ray, no doubt. Very, very few Marines, money invested into Blue Flame. Obviously no Hellions out yet. Additional factories only now just being started. This is going to be a difficult one for Kelazhur to hold on to.
There is a single Widow Mine wending its way down the southern side of the map. It is going to go drop in that main, really disrupt PartinG's economy. It'll put a sort of timer on PartinG's economy, but it isn't going to do devastating damage immediately. It's going to take a long time to take effect, and meanwhile PartinG's looking like he's all ready to push in.
Yeah, Widow Mine gets planted. No reaction yet from PartinG, as he's still messing around on the front of Kelazhur's main base, and he is going to get 3 probe kills for the start. But look at this army that's built itself up. It is a major supply advantage for PartinG at this start of the game. Just before the 10-minute mark, he's going to go in for an attack, and there is not too much. There should be a tank somewhere, but look at this bunker. It's going to go down incredibly fast once these Void Rays charge up, and it is down. And there is very little left here for Kelazhur.
The Zealots in melee range. The SCVs are just getting massacred. The Void Rays obliterate the tank in a single moment. The SCVs coming in and just dying as quickly as they can.
Not the best start for the Brazilian here in the Interstream Masters, but a wonderful one for PartinG as he takes one step closer to where he needs to be. And he takes this very easily. 2-0 for PartinG over Kelazhur to start Group D. That's what we call it in the industry. Get effed, Kelazhur. He didn't want to say the full word because I get in trouble, but wow, PartinG opening up with a furious strategy and closed that out instantly.
Incredibly decisive win there for PartinG. He's got to feel good after that. Diego, on the other hand, looking a little bit distraught, a little bit shaken up, but something we all have to recover from. He knew going into this that PartinG was the favored player. He's going to have to pick it up together, go into that losers match and work his way back through for that second spot.
Yeah, definitely a difficult start for Kelazhur, but at the end of the day, he's going up against a tournament favorite in the first game of his own journey here in Shenzhen, China. But let's go over to the desk to hear some words from PartinG, the big boy.
That's right, Sean. We do have the big boy himself here. And Sean, I believe I don't know. I think PartinG was just saying get V'd. I mean, he was just giving him the V, man. Like, that's what I saw on stream. But anyway, congratulations, PartinG. You're moving on to the winners match. Before we get down to anything, I'm curious now, because you played well. We need to get down to the bottom of why he's sick. 원희석 선수 지금 뭐 전에 이제 경기 시작 전에 오늘 컨디션도 별로 안 좋고 그런 얘기가 계속 있었는데 뭐 경기 보니까 경기도 멀쩡히 잘했고 그래서 혹시 어젯밤에 그냥 너무 신나게 보내서 감기가 걸린 게 아닌지.
그냥 일단 중국이 좀 약간 덥잖아요.
네.
그래서 제가 호텔 방에서 에어컨을 한 16도까지 내리고 잤는데 갑자기 일어나니까 감기가 걸려 있더라고요. 그래서 제가 컨디션 조절을 잘 못해가지고 오늘 좀 불안했는데 아직 다 끝난 건 아니니까 이제 위너 매치 있으니까 거기까지 방심하지 않고 잘해야 될 것 같아요.
So yeah, I mean, China right now is really hot, especially in Shenzhen. So it wasn't anything like that actually. It's not like, I had a crazy night. Actually, it was simply that because it was so hot, I turned the thermostat down to 16 degrees Celsius for my air conditioning, and then I woke up with a cold. So I actually, that's on me. I didn't take care of myself very well. But the day's not over. Sure, I played well in the first match, but I think I still have to watch out, make sure I don't get too confident going into the winners match, secure that before I can relax a little bit today.
All right. Well, while I do believe that being cold causes a cold is actually an old wives' tale, I think that's been proven, but I'm not a scientist, so we'll let that one go. I want to ask PartinG about what do you think so far with this tournament and like the kind of upsets that we've seen, and who is he actually fearing going forward? Because like, for instance, Snoot seems to be on fire, right? Like Rain's already out. This tournament's kind of on its head.
그러면 이번 대회에서 지금 몇 번 좀 예상치 못한 결과가 나온 그룹이 있어요. 이제 뭐 그룹 B 특별히 스누 선수가 조 1위로 올라가는 것도 많은 분들이 예상 못했던 부분이고, 뭐 C조에서도 유설말 선수가 결국에는 이제 짐 선수 상대로 이겨가지고 2위로 올라갔는데, 뭐 그 중에 특별히 좀 걱정이 된다든지, 뭐 이건 정말 예상치 못했어서 만약에 8강에 올라가도 생각지 못했던 상대가 있다, 뭐 그런 혹시 선수가 있나요?
일단 제일 놀란 거는 스누트 선수한테 제일 놀랐고, 왜냐하면은 제가 이제 마지막으로 봤던 게 홈스터리컵 이번에 있었던 대회에서 진 거를 봤거든요. 근데 너무 무기력하게 져가지고 스누트 선수가 이제 한국 선수들을 이기기 많이 힘들겠구나 해서 기대를 솔직히 별로 안 했는데 뒤에서 보니까 엄청 깔끔하고 잘하더라고요, 한국 선수처럼. 그래서 열정이 대단한 것 같아가지고 놀랐고, 만나게 된다면은 저도 좀 많이 위험할 것 같아요. 왜냐면 좀 칼을 많이 간 것 같아서 스누트 선수가. 그래서.
Yeah, so overall, Snoot, definitely surprised me the most. The last time I saw him was, of course, at Home Story Cup, and when he lost, I mean, he lost without putting up much of a fight. So that's when I thought, you know what, I don't think Snoot has a great chance against Korean players anymore in general. I think, that's kind of the end of that story. But then, man, I think his passion was restored. He's here with just a lot of hard work. I really want to respect him because his play was super clean yesterday. And I would be a little worried if I had to play Snoot in the round of 8.
I have maybe a small question just for the rest of this tournament as well, because all of these Protoss players in the past, they have said whenever they won a tournament that they want to show that they're the top Protoss player. And this tournament kind of feels like a gathering of the Protoss gods. Like, is there more on the line than just winning a tournament? Is there a little bit of Protoss pride among these big Protoss players themselves?
그러면 지금까지 이제 다른 대회에서도 많은 특별히 프로토스 선수들이 이번에 이김으로써 정말 내가 세계 최강 프로토스다 그런 증명하고 싶다 그런 얘기를 많이 했었는데 이번 대회 보면 정말 한 뭐 네 선수 세 선수는 진짜 세계적으로 지금 인정받는 프로토스가 있잖아요. 뭐 원희사 선수도 그렇고 김준 선수도 있고 김도호 선수도 있는데 그것 때문에 혹시 뭐 라이벌이라든지 좀 그런 구도가 더 있나요? 꼭 대회 우승뿐만 아니라 여기서 이기면 내가 진짜 이번에는 세계 최강 프로토스다 증명할 수 있다 그런 분위기가 있나요?
일단은 솔직히 의식 안 할 수는 없는데 근데 솔직히 좀 웃긴 게 저는 제가 제일 잘한다 생각하고 왜냐하면 저는 그냥 제가 프로토스 가시라고 제 자신을 부르거든요. 왜냐하면 다른 선수들을 보면은 그냥 소울이 없어서 플레이에 그냥 제가 봤을 때 근데 제 플레이 보면 팬분들이 항상 열광해 주시고 다른 분들 하면 열광해 주시겠지만 근데 제 게임은 다른 선수들에 비해서 또 재밌는 게임을 많이 하잖아요.
그렇죠.
그래서 저는 제가 제일 잘한다고 생각해요. 그냥 팬들한테 제일 좋은 모습을 보여줄 수 있는 선수라고 생각해요. 왜냐하면 좀 재밌는 상황을 많이 연출하니까.
네. So, you know, it's funny you mentioned that. Yeah, we can't ignore the fact that, yeah, there might be a little bit of rivalry between us. But, you know, funnily enough, at the bottom of it, I think I'm the best. I like to call myself the god of the Protosses. And, you know, when I look at the other Protoss players, I don't see much soul in their play. I mean, sure, they have their fans, but I think fans go the craziest when I play because I show the most exciting games. I show the fun, most fun builds. I go a little bit off the wall sometimes. I think I bring out the best for the fans. So I think I'm able to deliver the most for the fans. So that's where I stand.
And we want to make sure that he saves the party until Sunday night as well. Can you tell him?
아무리 그렇게 신나도 이번 대회에서는 일요일까지 좀 참아달라고.
네. 제가 맨날 저 경기 전에 좀 술을 마시다가 컨디션이 많이 안 좋아져가지고 이번 대회만큼은 좀 이제 썬데이까지 이제 술 안 마시고 참고 우승하고 나서 미치도록 놀아야 될 것 같아요.
Yeah, I know I've done that a lot in the past. I got a little too overeager, but don't worry, this weekend I'll wait until Sunday and then I'll just go absolutely insane Sunday night.
Excellent.
All right, well, you know, I do want to bring up one last thing because we had Hero here earlier. Hero's like, PartinG Classic. I don't think so. This is my fourth time, IEM Championship. Here I come. I want to see what PartinG thinks about that. 그러면 방금 전에 저희가 그 김준 선수랑 얘기를 했을 때, 뭐 3회 IEM 우승을 했고, 원희사 선수랑 김도호 선수 뭐 요즘 잘하지만 별로 풋풋은 하나도 걱정 안 된다. 이번에 내가 4회 우승하겠다. 그런 얘기를 했었거든요. 그거에 대해서는 어떻게 생각하세요?
제가 스타리그 때 좀 아쉽게 졌는데 시즌 2에서. 다 이긴 경기였는데 근데 제가 제 자신을 방심해서 졌거든요. 그래서 하면서 느낀 게 절대 질 수가 없겠다. 다시 하면은. 그래서 이번 기회에 만나게 된다면 그냥 엉덩이 이렇게 팔로 차주고 싶어요.
Yeah, so last time we played in Star League, I think I got a little ahead of myself. It was more just on me. I got a little bit cocky. I let the game go and I lost in season 2. So, if we meet again, after reviewing that game, I thought, if we ever play again, I don't think I could ever lose. It's really just on me. I just have to watch out. So if we play again this weekend, I'm just going to give him a kick in the butt, knock him out of the tournament and go for that trophy. Well, that sounds fantastic, PartinG. Of course, it's not over yet, like you mentioned yourself. So congratulations. 그럼 이번 위너 매치에 올라가는 걸 일단 축하드리고요. 아직 끝나지 않았지만 또 좋은 경기 기대해 보겠습니다.
네, 감사합니다. Thank you for my fans.
All right, thank you, PartinG. Of course, like he mentioned, we do have that winners match coming up. We'll see if he's able to go through 2-0 in match record against XY. If you missed any of PartinG's games, like he said, he plays for the fans. So go over to plays.tv, catch some of those highlights. When we return, it will be XY versus PartinG.